Welcome back, Soulmates. We're going to just start by welcoming ourselves to our mats. Maybe you can close your eyes, find a comfortable seat, and just start focusing on nice long inhales and long exhales. If you find yourself holding on to tension in the neck or the shoulders, just start to be aware of that, and with every exhale, try and just relax any tension you might be holding on to. Just getting in touch with yourself. The focus today is going to be our hips and our hamstrings. You can open your eyes if they were closed, and staying in a nice comfortable seat, start to reach your hands out in front of you, walking the hands out in front little by little, as far as you can go. Feeling that stretch in our hips, and just letting that release happen as it will naturally. Don't try and force it. Don't try and reach past a place that's maybe a little bit too much for you. Just focus on stillness, holding the pose, and then you'll feel your body start to relax a bit and slowly open up those hips, and you'll feel yourself do that because you'll naturally just maybe crawl the hands out a little bit further. Perfect. Let's start to walk our hands back towards the body. Go ahead and switch your feet. Other foot in front. We're going to walk those hands out just like we did before. And you may feel a different sensation with that other foot in front now. That felt really nice. Go ahead and gently start to walk your hands back towards the body. We're going to find ourselves on hands and knees here, so take your time. Get your knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders, and just go for a few cat and cows, letting that belly drop towards the floor. Big inhale, exhale, rounding that spine, navel towards the spine, pushing away from the mat. If you'd like, you can even start to add a little bit of undulation into the body. You might want to get your hips involved. You might want to do some neck circles along with the cat and cow movement. You may want to go the other way. Whatever you feel you might need in this moment for a good release. All right, friends. So here we're going to take our right foot to the outside of both of our hands. So it's going to be to the outside of that right hand. That knee is over the ankle. And then once you get comfortable, we're just going to either bring our elbows down to the floor if you can, or like you see me doing, getting some blocks and just resting your elbows on those blocks as you find your hip flexor stretch in that left hip. So allowing that hip to drop towards the mat. I know naturally when we get to a new position, our body is tight and it's kind of telling us, whoa, what's happening? And it can be hard to just allow yourself to sink into that pose. I want you to still focus on your inhale and your exhale. And just allow that hip to just drop naturally towards the ground. You might even feel that as time goes by, you might want to change the level of the blocks. You might even want to come to your hands and sit higher up. Listen to your body. Listen to the information it gives you. If you're feeling sensation, great. If you're feeling pain, pull back a little bit. Beautiful. Start to gently walk your hands up. Shift your blocks to a higher setting if you do need it, and pull them slightly closer to you. And we're just going to slightly shift back and think of bringing your chest towards your knee. Getting a nice deep hamstring stretch. This can feel a little bit intense. So by all means, really listen to your body. Use your blocks if you need to. If you feel like you've got it without blocks, you're welcome to place the hands flat on the floor. A nice, beautiful flex in that right foot. And you'll definitely feel this stretch just shoot up the back of the leg with a strong focus on those hamstrings. Remember to breathe. Like I said, this can feel a little intense, or like your body will never release, but it will. This is why we're spending time in each pose. Great job. Slowly bring that foot back. Maybe shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. We're going to bring that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Find your blocks or come down to your elbows if you're comfortable there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing and drop that right hip this time towards the mat. Some may even feel a good stretch coming in the hamstring on that left side. Everybody's a little bit different. take your time coming out of that dragon flying low. Find where your blocks need to go and gently shift those hips back, flexing that left foot, finding where you need to be. Remember, think chest towards knee. You don't necessarily want forehead on the knee. We want to still keep the stretch in the body thinking long. Take your time. Release that hamstring stretch. And let's go ahead and take that right knee behind the right wrist, finding ourselves in a nice pigeon pose. That left leg just stretched, knee on the ground. Once again, use your blocks if you need them. If you want to come straight down to your elbows or your chest or your forehead and place them on the mat, by all means, please do. If you're like me and you have some tightness in your hips and want the blocks for a little bit of support, or want the blocks to perhaps be on a higher level and rest your forehead, you're more than welcome to do that as well. There's all types of modifications for what you and your body needs and what your journey looks like currently. Now, of course, we know in Pigeon, this is just a great way to release the hip. Might feel it a bit in the glute as well. But it can be intense for some of us, so as I keep saying like a broken record, just stay in touch with your breath. If your mind starts to wander and you start thinking about what's for dinner or what am I going to do tomorrow, let those thoughts come and go. Come back to your breath. Come back to the moment. Gently start to make your way up to your hands if you were on your elbows. Coming back onto all fours, stretching out that leg, that right leg if you need to. Maybe shaking out the hips, maybe some hip circles. And then we're going to find the other side, bringing that left knee behind the left wrist. You see me here, try again. That didn't feel quite right to me. So of course, I'm trying again, and that feels a lot better for me. Shifting that leg, that right leg back, making sure the right knee is on the mat. Maybe you want to start up high like I'm doing. Maybe you want to stay up high and this feels good to you and this is enough stretch. You're totally welcome to stay here. If you do stay there, think of keeping that chest nice and wide. And if you want to come down to the elbows or to your forehead, start to gently walk yourself down to that level. Allow yourself to gently come up, back to hands and knees, stretching out that left foot and that left leg, maybe some hip circles, whatever you need here. And then we're gonna scooch and bring our butts down to the floor, sitting up nice and tall, legs outstretched in front of us. And you're gonna just walk your hands out in front of you. When you get to a good place, go ahead and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. The reason I do this is because it forces you to kind of just accept what is. When we have our hands flipped over or on the ground or tugging at our ankles or tugging at the sole of our feet, it forces us to push for a stretch or to really try and pull ourselves closer towards our legs. And what I want here in this caterpillar pose is for you to just allow the stretch to happen as it will. It's okay to round the spine here. Just allow yourself to feel the sensation where it is. Getting a nice stretch in the back of the body. I say back of the body because some people might feel this very deep in their calves or hamstrings, and others might feel it even in their upper back or lower back. Take your time rolling up out of the stretch, sitting up nice and tall again. And let's go ahead and set up a nice supported bridge pose with a hip flexor stretch. So grab your block, come down to your backs, and to set up the pose, all you're going to do is lift the hips up as if you're going for a regular bridge, and then slide that block underneath the sacrum. If you see me changing the level, you're welcome to do that, or keep the block on its first level. And when you're ready, or if you're ready, go ahead and pull that right knee towards your chest. And here you're going to feel that hip flexor kind of say, whoa, on that left side. Trying to keep that left foot on the ground. If the level is too high, it is always okay to come back to the first level with that block flat. Or you can just keep both feet on the ground, nice and flat, knees bent, and just enjoy a supported bridge at its most basic level. I'm bringing the knee towards the chest, left leg outstretched, and this just feels really nice on that hip flexor. Go ahead and switch your feet, bringing that left leg towards the chest as much as you can, trying to keep that right foot on the mat. Remember, if for some reason you can't hold a stretch, or you feel yourself fidgeting a lot, it's okay to just modify. Pull back a little bit. Release that left leg. Safely bring both feet flat, hips up, and move that block. We will no longer need the blocks. Go ahead and let the legs stretch out nice and wide. Take up space on your mat. It's our favorite part. Corpse pose. We also say Savasana. Just taking some time to really feel the effects of your practice today. Go inward. Focus on the breath. Focus on your now. If you're carrying tension in the jaw, let it go. If you're scrunching up your forehead or your nose, I want want you to just soften and relax. If you feel like the shoulders are in your ears, take a moment to roll the shoulders back and down. Softness in the hands. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. Softness in the belly. Hands are relaxed, whether you have them flipped towards the sky or the palms are on the ground. Just find softness. Softness in the legs. If you're tightening your quads or your hamstrings for any reason, become aware of that and just relax. Let the feet fall open. Taking in this moment to just be in your body. Proud of your practice. Start to find some movement in the toes and the fingers. Maybe you want to find some movement in your ankles and your wrists. A few ankle rolls, a few wrist rolls. Maybe you want to stretch. That always feels nice with the arms above the head. And slowly roll over onto one side. Take a moment there, take a deep breath there, and gently come to a nice, comfortable seat like we did at the very start of our practice today. Big inhale, arms reach towards the sky, seal this amazing energy, exhale towards heart center. Let's do that a couple more times. Reach up. And exhale, heart center. Let's get one more good inhale. And exhale, heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope your hamstrings and those hips are feeling better and looser. Be well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next video.